Hey, what's up guys? Matt Laidlaw here from Laidlaw's Harley-Davidson. So as many of you know, I've been following the LiveWire pretty closely in the development of the LiveWire. I was lucky enough to ride it when they had their prototype, the LiveWire project, back in the 2014 calendar year. And so I've been, kind of really anticipating this bike and the release of it. So the LiveWire is set to launch the summer of this calendar year, the 2019 calendar year, as many of you know. And just this morning at the Consumer Electronics Show, Harley-Davidson released some more, highly anticipated information about this bike, namely the price of the bike and the range, the battery range, and how much mileage you can expect to get out of one charge on the battery. So this is Harley-Davidson.com here, and so a lot of the information is right here, and everybody can access this. So the bike MSRP starting price is $29,799. I was really hoping it would be under 30. When they first started talking about the electric bike, I was really hoping it would be like around 20. But after learning more about electric vehicles, and I actually own an electric vehicle now, and I own a electric mountain bike as well. Just the technology isn't at a point yet where it's as inexpensive, I think, as most people would hope that it would be. I think over time, as more and more people and manufacturers pop up, they will be able to get the cost of electric vehicles down. But that right there is the biggest, weighing factor behind the price tag of the just under $30,000 price tag. So the bike seems amazing. Like I said, I rode the prototype, the new LiveWire, the final product that will be going into production here pretty soon, is quite a bit different than the prototype that I rode. There's a lot more high-tech gadgetry and equipment like brakes and suspension on the bike than when I rode the Project LiveWire. But let me jump into some of the stuff here. So coming August 2019, like I said already. So some of the things they announced this morning is the speed. So what they say is 0 to 60 in under 3.5 seconds. And they say that the bike, like most electric vehicles, produce 100% of its torque right out of the hole, so right off the line. And the estimated mile range is 110 miles. And they also say that that's based on urban city riding somewhere. I don't think it says right here on the website, but they mentioned that that's based on urban riding. And I do know that after driving, I have a Chevy Volt, after driving that car for a while, it likes to be under like 70 miles an hour for the battery life to be at the highest range. I think urban riding is probably stop and go traffic where you're taking advantage of some of the regenerative braking. Most electric vehicles, when you let go of the throttle, there's some drag, and what that does is it generates a little bit more power. And so I think just riding around the city in stop and go traffic, whereas isn't very efficient in gas-powered vehicles, is actually the most efficient way to ride or drive on electric vehicles. Yeah, I'll bet that it would probably be a little bit under 100-mile range if you're out on the freeway, doing 65 miles an hour plus. But I plan on testing that as soon as I get my hands on one of these. So they talk about the charging as well. So there's the level 1 charger, and the charger type, by the way, should be universal. So there's already thousands of these chargers out there. So it's not like Tesla where you have a proprietary plug where you have to use Tesla's specific plug to plug in the vehicle. Harley-Davidson has made it so the fitment is pretty much universal, where you can use a lot of existing chargers that are out there in the EV world right now. So you've got the level 1 charger, which is basically just plugging it into your wall, 120 volt charger, which I don't think they've said how long it takes to charge yet. But they've also got the level 3 charger as well, which on the level 3 charger, Harley-Davidson has said that it will charge the battery to 80% in 20 minutes, which is pretty dang good. So the level 3 charging station is pretty dang nice to have, and it's going to charge the vehicle pretty dang quick. So another one of the big things that they talked about at the CES show is they've teamed up with Panasonic, and Panasonic has developed this connectivity, mobile connectivity. So basically what you have here is the world's most connected motorcycle experience, as Harley-Davidson says it, with cellular telematics connectivity powered by Panasonic.
Introducing the most connected motorcycle experience ever. With cellular telematics and cloud connectivity, it's a dashboard in your pocket, so you can check your bike's status from anywhere in the world. with integrated cellular and GPS, so you get notifications in real time, and stolen vehicle assistance, keeping you in the know wherever you may be, all with seamless Bluetooth integration, so you can lean in and enjoy the ride.
So what you're going to be doing is basically getting a cellular service for your LiveWire. So as you can see here, you can connect remotely through your smartphone using the latest version of Harley-Davidson's app. So basically what you're getting is, it's like when you buy a new phone, you have to buy the cellular service to go with it. On this bike, you'll have to get this cellular service basically to go with your bike. And Harley-Davidson has said the first year of ownership, they'll include that for free. But after the first year, there will be a subscription, an annual or monthly subscription fee associated with that cellular connectivity. I don't know what the price is going to be on that. So here's some images of the bike here. If you guys watched my last video, I got quite a bit of wraparound video and actual live video of the bike at the dealer show in San Diego. So you've got 3 color options as well. So 2 exclusive paint colors, they say, yellow fuse and orange fuse. And they're made to look like anodized metal. So this is the orange, obviously. This is the yellow fuse. And then you can also get the bike in a vivid black, just like most any other Harley-Davidson. Range of the LiveWire, again, they're saying 110 miles. And here's the charging options. So level 1 and 2, it's pretty much going to be, they say, 13 miles range per hour charged. And level 3, they say 192 miles range per hour charged. So on level 3, it's going to be charged quicker than in an hour. Yeah, the bike doesn't have a capacity of 192 miles. So I think for a full charge, it's going to be less than an hour to charge this thing on a level 3 charging. So as part of Harley-Davidson's big announcement at the CES show, talking about the range and the price of the bike, Harley-Davidson today released a bunch of information as well to dealerships that will be receiving these bikes. And some training courses as well. So this information here is available to dealerships via the training module. And so I thought it was kind of laid out really nicely. And so I wanted to show you guys kind of the different specs on the bike and some of the information that dealers have. So this information isn't necessarily available to the public in this format. Hopefully I'm not showing you guys anything that I shouldn't. I'm sure I'll get a call from Harley if I am, but I don't think I am, because this is all just information that is available to the public, just in a different format. So first off, you've got the electric motor. So this is the electric motor under here. So like I said, Harley-Davidson is calling it the HD Revelation Permanent Magnet Electric Motor. So the Revelation, you see they got trademarked there. So that's kind of interesting. It's the first time I've heard them use that terminology in conjunction with the LiveWire and talking about this product and this bike. So they talk about, once again, that 100% of the rated torque is instantly available when the throttle is twisted. And another thing that's cool about this bike is I think the barrier to entry for this bike is a lot lower. Like I said in the past, if you guys follow me, you don't even have to be a competent motorcycle rider to get on one of these bikes and ride it. Like I said, I've ridden this bike before. I would have no problem giving anybody who knows how to ride a bicycle or a scooter to sit on this bike and ride it. Now, you got to be careful. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can still get yourself into trouble if you abuse it and don't respect the bike. But as far as like mechanically operating the motorcycle, this is very, very easy bike to operate. Now, a lot of the same things apply with riding a motorcycle, like turning and leaning and braking, that are skills that are developed over time. But to just get on and ride it in a casual, conservative manner, I would have no problem, putting just about anybody on this bike that has, bicycle experience. They talk about the placement of the engine, and that is, it gives the bike a real low center of gravity as well. That helps with the handling of the motorcycle. So number 2 here, you've got the battery storage. So this big brick here, which takes up a large amount of the profile of the bike, is actually your storage there. So you can see how much space is dedicated to the battery. And because I know people are going to talk about, oh, why can't it go 200 miles? Well, just think about it. If this bike had a 200-mile range, the battery would have to be twice as big, and it's like, how do you do that? So you've got the rechargeable energy storage system. And you've also got a separate 12-volt lithium-ion battery that powers your lights, horn, and instrument display, and they do that so as not to take away the charge from the large battery that is used to supply the electric engine. So they have a separate battery on there that powers the lights, horn, and the instrument display. So number 3 here, you've got the charger. So level 1 AC slow charge, and kind of the advantage of that is you can plug it into any standard 120 volt or 240 volt household outlet. Yeah, anybody can just buy this bike, plug it into their wall, and charge it. You don't have to have special equipment at your house. However, if you want to utilize the level 3 DC fast charge, you're going to need to have this type of a charger at your home installed, or have one at like a dealership. Like right now, we're actually having this level 3 charger installed at our dealership, so people with the LiveWire can roll right up and in under an hour get their bike charged up. So the frame you've got cast aluminum frame, lightweight, a very extremely rigid frame, and the tighter and stronger the frame is, the more responsive and quick handling the bike is. So forks and suspension. So number 5 here, you've got the Showa SFF BP. So it stands for Separate Function Front Fork Big Piston. So very high-end front suspension on these bikes. You can see it delivers exceptional low speed, dampening control, ideal for control in a typical urban riding condition. And then for the rear shock, Showa BFRC Light Balanced Free Rear Cushion. So fully adjustable rear suspension allows the rider to adjust the rear suspension to suit the rider's height, road conditions, and handling preferences. Yeah, really high-end Showa front and rear suspension on the bike. Braking, you've got Brembo monoblock front brake calipers, and you've also got anti-lock braking system, so ABS of course, and you've also got traction control on this bike as well. So ABS is designed to prevent the wheels from locking up under braking on wet or slippery road surfaces. Nothing new there. Traction control is designed to prevent the rear wheel from losing traction while accelerating on wet or slippery road surfaces. So yeah, you crack the throttle in these electric vehicles, again, because they have so much immediate torque. If you're not careful with the throttle, without traction control, you can break the rear wheel loose real easily. But with this traction control, it electronically monitors that, and so you don't slip the rear wheel, especially like in a turn or something like that. So you've got the Michelin Scorcher tires on here. They're specifically designed for the LiveWire, which is nice. Instrument and control. So you've got a TFT thin film transistor liquid crystal display. So on the screen you can control things like the performance characteristics, like you've got 7 selectable ride modes on this. 4 are pre-programmed and 3 are customizable by the owner. So that should be pretty interesting. Most all electric vehicles out there have some type of a selectable ride or drive modes where they use maybe an economic, like eco mode, where you use less battery and less energy, and then like maybe like a sport mode where you no holds barred. It uses all of its juice and just propels the bike down the road as quickly as possible. So I think it's just varying degrees of how much available power is going to be used in response to your throttle position. Then it talks about the HD Connect on here as well. And again, I just found out about this today. HD Connect seems pretty dang cool. Harley-Davidson, I think the direction they've gone with this bike, since it's already going to be an expensive motorcycle, and they knew that, I think now what they're doing is they're just kind of making it as top high-end bike as possible, where they're throwing the best suspension, best brakes, all this cool technology at it, just to make it the best of the best, to I guess justify the price tag as much as they can, and just make this kind of a no holds barred electric vehicle, because the price is already expensive anyways. So you might as well appeal to the high-end clientele, the guys that are spending the big bucks to get one of these. You might as well give them everything, and don't hold any punches on what they're offering on this bike. At least that's my feeling about kind of the direction they've taken this LiveWire. As part of the HD Connect, these are some of the features that are available on that. You can see So your battery reserve, you can see what the status is, where your charging level is at. And you can also see, I guess it's a separate charger for the 12-volt battery charge status as well that does like your lights and your screen and everything. And then it says tamper alerts and stolen vehicle tracking service. So once again, if someone's tampering with your motorcycle, it will alert your phone and let you know. That way you can go out there and see what's up. You've also got service reminders as well. So if you hit a certain mileage increment, your bike will notify you and let you know that, hey, it's time for service. You should take it by the dealer and get the required service, which I'll mention as well. The cost of ownership and cost of operating these bikes is low. Maybe I shouldn't have said cost of ownership. The initial cost to actually buy the bike is definitely high. Like I said, just under $30,000. But once you own the bike and you're not paying for gas, the electric vehicles are relatively low maintenance as well. So the cost to operate the vehicle is relatively inexpensive when you compare it to like gas powered motorcycles. And it also says bike care reminders as well, which I'm not really sure exactly what that is. And that's all through the HD app. So a lot of people have the HD app right now that use like the Harley-Davidson ride planner and things like that. So it talks about the paint as well, and it talks about the 3 colors. You guys have already seen the 3 colors I showed you a minute ago. So this is kind of interesting as well. So it says several technology features and more information to come in later training. So there's more technology that they haven't revealed yet, which is kind of interesting. I'm pretty curious as to what Harley-Davidson is going to be coming out or talking about next on this bike that they haven't revealed yet. So yeah, stay tuned, I guess, for more technology on this bike that we don't know yet. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I try to get back to everybody always. As more information is released, I'll be sure to keep everybody updated. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I do a ton of Harley-Davidson content. Anytime something new comes out, I do reviews, I do test rides, and I do a lot of custom bike builds as well. So thanks a lot for watching, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll be sure to keep everybody up to date on the LiveWire. And when the LiveWire comes out, I'll be doing a ton of rides and reviews and talking about the LiveWire in real-world riding experience as well. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.